when you take a look, the layer, just by double-clicking on the name, is the one I wanted you to change just to color. So you can change the titles of each of these layers just for organizing your pages. And the paint bucket tool is the one that gives you the coloring right beneath it. Up on the top where you have the foreground color in the panels, when you take a look under View under Windows, this gives you the sections of each of the tools that you have selected. So when you're working on a layer above, it'll say All Layers, Contiguous, Anti-Aliasing, Tolerance. Tolerance refers to the pixel that you choose and how deep or colorful it is in that piece. So it's trying to give you that section, and you can, again, just click on these colors. If you have all layers off and click, it's going to fill the entire layer. That's why it's letting you look through and see the outlines of these pieces, and it'll give you a couple opportunities just to show you some of the coloring on this. The icon shows through, but if you hit the cap lock key, it turns to a crosshair and comes through that. And if you click on the image, you can actually get the color that you want. So for example, if I click on this green and click on the outside, you'll see it colors all the background, but it goes through this arm. What happened is that there's a little gap of pixels right here. So when you take a look, zoom in, you can see that there's a pixel count, and there's a little gap right in here that allows the color to escape. So what you have to do is go to the layer that has that part on it, turn the foreground color back to black just by clicking on the icon that's going to give you the default color group, and just click on a paintbrush, and you can get a small hard edge paintbrush just by clicking on this using the bracket keys, and allow you to make a little connection right here. Then when you zoom out, you can hit the G for the gradient or the paint bucket tool, I for the coloring, and it'll allow you to fill that piece in there, and all those sections are there. So it's just a quick way to use it as a combination. And it doesn't matter what color you make, it's trying to give you the variety of these pieces here. So depending on how you interpret the coloring is your choice there. Again, the eyedrop color allows you to get the color picker and choose the image, and using some of the keystrokes just to quickly modify that color into it. That'll give you some opportunity there. So just kind of giving you a little bit of a color choice with the fixing of that gap. And whether you use the color picker to bring up the color palette, that's a perfectly good rendition for it. It'll give you all these different color choices that you can come through. The spacebar, a lot of the keystrokes work very similar to Illustrator. Putting this together. That part of it. It's just a quick way to illustrate it.
opening one of the files.
Okay. I'll be right there.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So again, try to get it with all the base color that you're going to use, whichever character you put together. And when you take a look at it, you can see the outline in the background, and check the layers just to see all the different segments to it. Once you have that, one of the ways that you can start to paint through this is, again, putting another layer above it to get the color choice, and using another tool, the magic wand tool, which allows you to select the same color, and with the paintbrush, making it a little bit larger, you can paint that piece in there. But again, you want to go into the brush part, take a soft edge brush. There's two options that show the spacing and the options that go with it. And that gives you like this soft edge piece. You can change the opacity. And you just kind of get with the highlights. The only trouble is that this is going to disappear, the selection, if you take a darker approach to it. I'll get you that piece into that section. So it starts to let you shade it on top of this image.